What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and recently we saw one of the biggest PR disasters in gaming history. Well, guess we got two of them. We have just witnessed a monumental screw-up on par with the day before and the Battlefront 2 loot box fiasco. And if you don't believe me, by the end of this video, I think you will. Today we are diving into one of the greediest and scummiest video game developers, and quite possibly one of the dumbest scams ever attempted. If you guys thought what Ubisoft was doing with Star Wars Outlaws was bad, Battlestate Games just said, "Don't hold my beer, hold my fifth of vodka." Battlestate Games is the developer of Escape from Tarkov, an extremely popular extraction-based shooter. Over the last 7 years, EFT has gathered a very dedicated hardcore fan base, partly because nothing else on the market is quite like it. Nothing else satisfies that same itch. This is both a blessing and a curse for Tarkov fans, because without true competition, companies tend to abuse their monopoly. And that's what's happened with BSG. They have absolutely lost their minds. They attempted to scam their most diehard players, introduce pay-to-win mechanics, and have doubled down harder than any company I have ever seen. And while later on they did try and course correct, we'll talk about that later. And why has protecting your internet security gotten so awesome with NordVPN? In this age of increased online surveillance, VPNs are essential to keeping you safe, hiding your browsing history from corporations who want to sell that data. Nord can help you bypass geo restrictions. No matter which country you're in, certain things are blocked off, and you can bypass that entirely. You can also use Nord to get earlier access to a game that hasn't been released in your time zone yet. Or you can watch sports games that are blacked out in your region. Nord is more than a VPN. Their new threat protection feature doubles as an antivirus. You're killing two birds with one stone by signing up at nordvpn.com/theactmanvpn. NordVPN protects you from hackers and will even alert you if it finds your data on the dark web. Also, Nord is dirt cheap. It's easy to use, and it has helped me out in so many ways. And if you go to nordvpn.com/theactmanvpn and sign up for a 2-year plan, I'll give you 4 months free. You can't put a price on protecting yourself online. Oh wait, you can. It's $3. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video.
And now for something completely different.
So on April 25th, Tarkov fans were treated to a spectacular announcement, a wondrous massive update, which would include the highly anticipated offline co-op PvE mode. Consistent progression, no wipes, just you and the boys and a good time, right?
Were it so easy.
However, this PvE mode would be exclusive to those who purchased the new version of Escape from Tarkov, the Unheard edition.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Available to you for the low, affordable, reasonable, generous price of...
Fuck you! Give me $250!
What's that? What's that? You can't afford that? Oh, look at me. I'm a regular person. Oh, I have to pay for groceries. I have to pay rent. Oh, woe is me. I'm not a millionaire. That's right. For 250 big ones, you too can get an armband that marks you as a target of harassment and discrimination by the rest of the community. Let's think about this. If the base version of Tarkov is 50 bucks, then this DLC is 4 times more expensive. Maybe that's why they call it the Unheard edition, because $200 for DLC is unheard of, or because the complaints of the Tarkov community have gone unheard by the developers for many years. For reference, the Elden Ring Collector's Edition was 60 bucks cheaper. It came with all of this stuff and a statue of Millennia. Looks pretty goddamn good. I think this was worth it. You could buy 2 Ultimate Editions of Star Wars Outlaws for the price of the Unheard edition. Consider this. If you and 3 buddies want to play the Tarkov PvE mode and support the developers instead of playing a mod, $1,000!
Are you high right now? What?
Charging people between $100 to $250 for a PvE mode it's insane. One thing I should have mentioned in my AAA games video is that we're living in a time where people expect free updates. The industry has mostly grown past paid map packs and seasons passes that split the community into the haves and the have-nots, which makes the $250 price tag all the more ridiculous. Most AAA companies aren't even this greedy. This is like quadruple A greed. Also keep in mind that Battlestate Games is a business, and businesses, before launching a product, talk about how much they should sell it for. This decision was agreed upon and announced. They thought this was the right price.
I'm retarded?
If you're wondering why people were so pissed, it's because a PvE mode has been Tarkov's most requested feature for a very long time. So they all thought you would eat all this shit up. What's wrong with you? Aren't you a good consumer? Just shut up and buy it. Zoom, zoom, it's time to consume. I love consuming.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
But hold on. 1 year ago, Nikita Buyanov, the CEO, said that offline PvE raids with progression was not an option. Could this recent change have anything to do with the other upcoming extraction shooters that will include a PvE mode? Uh-oh, it's hurting again. It's hurting up here. It wasn't just the price that people were upset about. For a game as oppressive and hardcore as Tarkov, every advantage matters a lot. How players gain and risk those advantages through skill, luck, map knowledge, and creativity is integral to the appeal of Tarkov. So to make this blood sacrifice of your bank account seem more enticing, BSG would allow you
To pay to win.
much of the content offered in Unheard is blatantly pay to win features and would give you a huge head start in front of the aforementioned peasants. But how to explain this to non-Tarkov players? Well, imagine, if you will, an alternate reality where there exists a super deluxe version of Counter-Strike, where you can pay for immediate advantages over those that don't, like being able to call in reinforcements after your teammates have already been killed. Where this version gives you more starting money than other players. This version of Counter-Strike does not exist in our world, thankfully. But this version of Tarkov does exist. In the Twilight Zone. And that's where it feels like we are, the fucking Twilight Zone. Because here's when things go from bad to worse. You see, Battlestate offered multiple versions of Tarkov during the 7 years it's been in beta, so fans have been responsible for funding Tarkov's development. And if you are willing to spend $150 on a game that isn't even finished, I'd say you're a true believer. Edge of Darkness was the ultimate edition, and one of the promises made was that everyone who bought EOD would get all future DLC for free.
Until now.
JK, Unheard of is actually the super ultimate edition. But luckily for you EOD owners, you only have to pay $100 to get it.
Objection!
You do not need to buy anything at any stage. If you have EOD, you do not even pay for DLCs in the future. You are all in it for all coming.
So that was a fucking lie.
Care to explain this, BSG?
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
This is a fucking scam. Everyone who bought EOD believed in Battlestate, and they took a leap of faith for you. Well, look where they jumped. Into the fucking abyss. Say hi to the Four Kings for me. You can't just falsely advertise something for 6 years and then pull the plug. That's against the law.
I am above the law!
Many Tarkov fans were understandably upset at this point. So you made a bad call, BSG. As the day before developers once said, shit happens. The best thing to do in a situation like this is take a few days, reconsider priorities, talk with your team, and start drafting an apology post that you can... Why is the community manager talking on Discord? Wait, what did he say? It ain't DLC. It's unique feature of the new edition added. DLC means additional downloadable content. PvE is a feature and a game mode. Just because you all want it to become a DLC, it wouldn't mean it is one.
What verbal diarrhea just came out of your mouth? Are you f***ing serious?
No, guys, you got it all wrong. This PvE mode isn't DLC. You just keep consuming. Don't you like buying things? Go on and buy. Spend more money, you fucking idiot.
You want to explain yourself? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Making a mistake.
Making a mistake.
Bro, you're not releasing Escape from Tarkov 2 Electric Boogaloo. This isn't separate from... You need the base game to install the Unheard content. Therefore, it is downloadable content. Okay, so maybe the community manager just went rogue for a bit. Well, let's reel him in, talk about this as a team, so we can... Who's managing the Twitter account? PvE is a unique feature which is available only for the owners of the Unheard edition. We will keep you updated on new features exclusive for EOD owners.
Objection!
New game modes are generally accepted as DLC if put behind a paywall. Battlestate sold EOD with the promise that they would receive free access to all subsequent DLCs. And if you check these links, like this link is, what is DLC in gaming? It's just answering the most basic question. But as you can see from the Wayback Machine, free access to all subsequent DLCs. When companies mess up, it's not uncommon for them to initially double down on a bad decision. What you don't often see is the triple down. You should have just taken a page out of EA's book and said, we don't call it DLC, we call it surprise scamming. Obviously, the idea that this isn't DLC is just preposterous to even the most simple-minded sloth. But the reason they're trying to argue that this isn't DLC is so that they can justify charging you for it. And it was around this point, this tweet, that people started digging, and they found something quite interesting. All of the developer diary videos talking about the Edge of Darkness edition, those have vanished. Oh, and that's not all. BSG has changed the phrasing of what's included in EOD on their website. This was revealed live on stream by Landmark.
Dude, they fucking removed it? Are you kidding me? On the left is the current page, escapefromtarkov.com, from just a couple minutes ago. April 25th, 2024, Edge of Darkness edition on both of them. They removed the word unique from the secure container 3x3 cells description. Over the last several minutes, however long this was, they literally removed the word unique because it's no longer unique because they're offering it in another edition.
Like I said, people purchased EOD based on what was listed and advertised. To go back and retroactively hide and change this fact and get caught in 4K doing it? To me, that's the smoking gun. That is all the evidence you need to prove that this was all done with malicious intent. Cut, print, put it in the papers. BSG are pieces of shit. If you didn't already know, now you do. Reputation forever tarnished. But we're only at the halfway point of this story. At this point, the story started to travel beyond the core Tarkov community. Other developers took to Twitter and roasted Battlestate games. Be sure to check out the deals in the acquisition center today with prices so low, they're practically unheard of. True believers can grab the CM21 Trench Paramedic for only 250 super credits. Not available for free to super citizens.
Wow. You destroyed that company without even touching them.
$250 Daisy starter loot bundle is now sold out. Thank you. Limited stock as we can't give to everyone. It's too expensive and technically hard. The true believers will get to enjoy the bundle for 6 months. If you don't get these jokes, you will. But like, how are you getting blasted by Daisy? Of all games, Daisy just destroyed you. Arena Breakout Infinite is another upcoming extraction shooter, and while it does have a terrible name, they too took to Twitter to capitalize on the bad press of their competition and poked fun at Battlestate games and their Unheard edition. Have a nice 20-minute adventure in the blatant plagiarist game. In and out.
Objection!
Video games cannot be sued for plagiarism for simply being a same or similar category. I cannot believe that I have another opportunity to bring this ancient meme out of its grave, but we are concerned Arena Breakout Infinite may be replicating the experience that Escape from Tarkov is known for. The plagiarism accusation is ridiculous already, but why did you decide to signal boost your competition at a time when your audience has never felt more disillusioned or dissatisfied with your product?
What is going on in your mind? You don't know.
Stupid mistakes.
Stupid mistakes.
You're just throwing shade, dude. You guys are clearly pissed. Just shut the hell up and come out with a nice apology. And that is exactly what they did. Later that day, Nikita made the first of many well-received posts on Reddit. Update regarding EOD editions. To honor the owners of the EOD version and their indelible importance and role in the EFT universe, we plan to add the following new unique features to the edition. And as you can see, these are just a bunch of nice perks that make the game easier for you. But what's really interesting is high priority matching. for EOD owners for 6 months. Adding high priority matching for EOD owners for 6 months is now scamming non-EOD owners, as this was not part of the different packages when they were deciding which edition to buy. So you've just made everyone even more pissed off. You have to pay more. I thought that's what you paid for the game for, to play it. Now you have to pay an extra fee to get high priority matchmaking? Nobody let the Call of Duty publishers know about this. Are you telling me I am stuck in a 15-minute queue every game on purpose only because I only paid $80 for a beta game? Yeah. You didn't spend enough, you dumbass. Access to offline PvE for EOD owners for 6 months. We have gone through a lot of bad business practices in the game industry on this channel, and I cannot ever recall seeing a quadruple down. I have altered the deal again. Pray I don't keep altering it. First, the people who paid for EOD don't want this shit that you're offering. This post, of course, didn't fool anybody. You're basically saying, okay, hey guys, so we thought we would scam you a lot, but because of this pushback, what if we only scammed you a little bit? What if we scammed you a bit less? Is 6 months acceptable? No, it's not okay. So now all hell is breaking loose. You've got Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Discord, online forums. Basically everyone is bashing this game, bashing BSG, and they're all in total agreement. The Discord mods are protesting the server. It's $100 to unlock name. The server itself is in open rebellion with people spamming copy pastas. BSG is getting blasted on Twitter by their community, by other developers. Their tweets are constantly hit with community notes. It is rare to see virtually everybody in a gaming community on the same side. At this point, there's no possibility in my mind that BSG doesn't immediately reverse everything they just announced, and it would be pure nonsense if we saw the Quintuple Down. So imagine my shock when an unreleased interview with Nikita is leaked onto the internet. By the way, the BSG community manager verifies this leak, so this is him. And we also learned that BSG had planned to edit and alter this interview before publishing it. You want to see the level of contempt the CEO of Battlestate has for his most dedicated fans? Here it is. It's time to start preparing for the release. It's time to understand who are the true believers. If I bought the EOD edition and I heard the CEO talking like this, I would be fucking furious. True believers? What is this, a cult? Are you Dutch? Who among you is a true believer? And who is betraying me? And he also talks about the beacon, which will allow you to summon players in PvP. Why not let this only be in PvE? It's a cool mechanic for PvP too.
Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up.
Regarding the DLC line, when you check out the pre-order page, the season pass line for EOD has been removed, but we can find using Internet Archive. We didn't remove that.
He's a liar. He's a son of a bitch.
Bro, I don't think there's any coming back from this. Like, you played your hand. You had a 2-7 offsuit and you bet on it. You're done for. It's totally understandable that any company wants to have more revenue. Wouldn't it be better to release a support pack while being honest with the community? We are honest with the community. I would ask, is there some kind of money issue for EFT? Should we be worried about the full release?
Everything is coming together exactly as I planned.
So this is the obvious question. Why did they choose to monetize the game this way when there is, like, literally anything else would have been a better method of monetization? They did the Unheard edition because they thought it would make the most money and it's what they could get away with. And that's it. Turns out their audience isn't as stupid and gullible as they thought. He also says, we cannot give PvE to everyone. It's too expensive and technically hard right now. Those who will support still get this option. It's like, why are you bitching about your financial problems? Go figure it out. It's your job. Battlestate Games has been trying to see what they can get away with, and thankfully people aren't buying it. Because if there hadn't been such a huge reaction here, no doubt when the full release of Tarkov comes around, they would have pulled something similar. If they're going to lie to your face, lie behind the scenes, and try to hide their tracks, just keep that in mind whenever the next announcement comes out. Remember what this company's intentions are. Ladies and gentlemen, the story does not end there. I have the unholy pleasure of introducing you to the first, and hopefully last, Sextuple Down. Update on current situation.
I have altered the deal again. Pray I don't alter it a fourth time.
First of all, PvE game mode. This is not DLC. DLC, in our understanding, is the major additions to the game. At this stage, it's not possible to launch all players who are EOD owners. Right now, we simply do not have the required amount of resources for this. We observe your dissatisfaction and have decided that the functionality of the PvE mode will be available for free to all owners at the release of the game when the server infrastructure will be improved to the required capacity. This is a very good comment right here. Still very tone deaf and arrogant. Tarkov is still in beta, and you use the money we gave you to fund other BS we didn't ask for or expect. Common sense should tell you don't move resources anywhere until Tarkov is feature complete. Once you've shipped the game, then go and waste whatever resources you want doing your own shit. Now, some people might say this was a step in the right direction, but it's not. There is only one step in the right direction, fulfilling the promise you made. They keep trying to sweeten the deal. It's like, bro, you failed the speech check. There's no negotiating now. You can't barter to get a better price. Now, here's what many have speculated as the reason for all of this shit happening. The BSG made a huge investment into Tarkov Arena, and they took a big gamble with that, promoting it at various conventions and spending a lot of money developing it, and people didn't give a shit. It's my theory that the Unheard edition was an attempt to squeeze what they could from their most loyal, true believers and discard the others. Hope these people jump ship, these freeloaders who expect to get all this DLC for free. They want people to pay more so they don't have to pay as much for server space. And then after this, Nikita posted a non-apology. I would like to say that I am very sorry that fans in the game community in general are experiencing these feelings. I'm sorry you feel that way. That's not a real apology, dude. And now they announce, oh, well, we decided to open PvE to EOD owners for free. So at this point, for the most part, they have capitulated, but people are still upset reasonably. They have announced so many different updates and changes and all this shit. It's like, you just gotta get it right the first time, because trying to keep up with all this shit is just a nightmare. Now, at the start of this video, I said that you would believe this is as bad as the day before in the Battlefront 2 loot box fiasco. And the reason I'm arguing that is because the day before was a game that tried to scam people who were hopeful, who were looking forward to the game. Battlestate tried to scam and screw over thousands of people who had already supported the game. Tens of hundreds of thousands of people who had already been invested in this for like 6+ years. Battlestate Games essentially stuck a butt plug in their ass, ate nothing but Taco Bell for 2 weeks straight, then took the butt plug out, and that's what they left on the faces of their audience. And with Battlefront 2's loot box fiasco, they initially fought against it, but they only doubled down on it like once or twice. But when the game came out, you couldn't buy loot boxes. That's why I think it's as bad, if not worse. I mean, this might have been the dumbest scam in video game history. In conclusion, this is some of the scummiest, greediest shit I have ever seen a video game developer try and pull. And I have talked about Activision and Blizzard on this channel for a long time. But what do you think about all of this? Are you still a huge fan of Escape from Tarkov, or are you disillusioned with the conduct of the company and its leaders? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to The Act Man for more awesome content. Alright everyone, that's all I got for today. This is The Act Man signing out. Peace!